y'all, come look at this.
Scanning. Control. Manipulate scientific data. Take over. Blast. Control. World government. Shut down infrastructure.
The last 10 years have been a roller coaster for Star Wars, but it seems like now it's just a constant fall off. It's no secret that Disney and Lucasfilm have continued to burn their own money in an attempt to push out Star Wars content that nobody seems to like. Shows like The Acolyte, Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, Mandalorian Season 3 have all been major flops for Disney, but why? Before I dive into why Star Wars is dead, make sure to leave a like because I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers and I'd love for you to be a part of it. I think the main reason as to why Star Wars is dead is because these shows all have something in common. They're all terrible. These shows are poorly written, poorly directed, poorly edited, but most importantly, they're all made by people who don't care about Star Wars to begin with. Disney has continued to hire people who don't care about the lore or the work that George Lucas created because if they did, you wouldn't see Star Wars shows bombing the way that they have been. Just take a look at The Acolyte, a show that cost around $180 million to make, and yet it was cancelled after one season? Why is that? Despite some saying it was due to racist fans, it really comes down to the show just being a pile of trash. Yeah, it broke canon, but the reason why it was cancelled was because it was bad to begin with. It was poorly directed, written, and edited, and overall just messy slop that you're expected to consume and like. I could really go on and on about how trash the show was, but I have a sneaky hunch that people already know that. You could also just look at the other shows Disney has made over the last 5 years, but again, I just sound like a broken record by saying that they were all just bad shows at the end of the day. Nobody wants to pay a subscription every month just to watch a show that ends up being terrible. Not to mention, who on earth wants to support a show that has its own lead come out and drop a fucking diss track about them, calling fans racist, sexist, pretty much every type of ist or phobe on the planet? This of course leads to the second reason as to why Star Wars is dead, and that is the alienation of real fans. If you don't know what I mean by this, I'm referring to how Disney has continuously pushed away loving fans by releasing heaping piles of shit. And on top of this, when fans don't like it, they're called some type of ist or phobe, just for criticizing the mediocrity of the content Disney's making. When I say real fans, I'm referring to the people who actually are buying the merchandise, consuming the media, and the ones who are showing up to conventions, meetups, etc. People tend to label themselves as Star Wars fans, and for the most part, they are. But if you're someone who spends their time on Twitter harassing people because they don't like The Acolyte, labeling people as racist or sexist because they thought a show was garbage, I'm sorry, but you're really not a real fan. A real fan would accept that everyone has different opinions, and that it's okay to feel differently about a show or a movie. For example, my favorite Star Wars movie is Attack of the Clones, a movie that is obviously not the best and is constantly trashed, but hey, I love it. I know that opinion is a hot take, but I don't care, and for the most part, people don't care at all. When you have a company like Lucasfilm making content for such a small minority of people to begin with, there's obviously going to be less people watching your shows to begin with. Like if I'm promoting my show to 10 people instead of say, I don't know, 100, then obviously there's going to be less people watching it because I'm making it for a smaller audience. That's just basic logic. I can honestly sit here and just drop statistics about these shows, but at the end of the day, no matter how much evidence you provide, there's always going to be people who will attack you simply for critiquing these shows. Oh well, at the end of the day, the hater's gonna cope because the show got cancelled, but I guess that's just the way that it is. Regardless of what's going on, I think it's important to emphasize being respectful of other people's opinions and just understanding that maybe someone doesn't like something because it's bad. It's okay to have different opinions. As long as Disney continues making shows by people who don't care, for people who don't care, I don't see anything changing for Star Wars in the near future. But hey, at least we got the Clone Wars in episodes 1 through 6. That's pretty much it for today's video. I apologize for not uploading over the last month. Just been super busy with moving away to college, so I appreciate all the support lately. With that being said, that's pretty much it for me. See ya.